The 1/64 scale parking garage kit is the perfect home for your Hot Wheels cars, with 2 display levels, each featuring 3 front windows. You can showcase your favorite cars in style. It comes with a ramp for endless racing fun and an add-on base, even an illusion room to spark your imagination. This kit gives you endless ways to play. It's time to grab your cars, get building, and bring your garage to life. Who's ready to build? Welcome back everyone to another innovative hobby supply video. I'm AJ, your instructor, and today we're going to be assembling the 1/64 scale parking garage building kit. One of the most important skills to know before assembling your innovative hobby supply model is scoring. It involves a straight edge and a hobby knife to break the surface tension so that the flex stock is able to bend clean. As you can see, I made a practice piece to show you how it's done. Simply line up the ruler along the line and gently press down the hobby knife on the flex stock. Once done, fold. This technique allows you to make a flat, ordinary piece of flex stock into something more intricate and 3D. Today we'll be using the standard equipment for this model: a ruler, scissors, watercolor markers, a hobby knife, hot glue gun, and some scotch tape. So, let's get started. The very first step is to carefully cut out all the artwork using a good pair of scissors. Use long, steady strokes and separate the pieces into piles from large to small to prevent anything from getting lost. For the base, make sure to cut all white outer edges off. After cutting, remove all the front windows from the front wall using a ruler and a hobby knife. Carefully line up the ruler with the white line on the inside of each window. Be careful not to cut the walls or the window frame. The inside part of the window should come off easily. If it doesn't, double check exactly where it needs to be cut. After all the front windows are removed, this is what the front wall should look like. Once all the windows are removed, gently touch up the white edges on the inside cuts using a black watercolor marker. This simple step adds even more realism to your kit, making it look polished and finished. Next, grab the 2 side walls and remove the garage doors. Using a good pair of scissors for the main cuts and a ruler with a hobby knife for the top horizontal part of the door. First, cut 2 slits on both ends of the garage door. Then, line up the ruler along the top and carefully use the hobby knife to cut along the line. The garage door should come off easily. Repeat this process for all the garage doors. Afterwards, grab a black watercolor marker and touch up the white inside cut edges. Once the garage is fully removed, let's score the 2 glue tabs with a hobby knife and ruler. Gently score, then fold inwards. Touch up with a black watercolor marker. Do this to both side walls. Let's repeat the same steps to remove this bottom garage door. Use scissors to create 2 slits on both sides. Then, carefully cut the top of the garage door with a hobby knife and ruler. Should come off easily just like this. Touch up with a black watercolor marker. Next step, we are going to use just our hobby knives and ruler to cut the whole garage door out. Lining up the hobby knife and ruler with the edges of the garage doors, including the top and bottom. Should come off easily just like this. Touch up with a black watercolor marker. And there we go. This is what the walls should look like without the garage doors. Moving on, grab the inside side walls and remove the garage doors, using the same method as before. Scissors for the main cuts and a hobby knife for the top of the doors. Afterwards, grab a black watercolor marker and touch up the inside cuts. Now grab an inside sidewall and the matching sidewall. Flip over the sidewall so the white side is facing up and color the inside outer edges with a black watercolor marker. And place the matching inside wall on top, lining up the bottoms evenly. Carefully hold one side while lifting the other. Apply hot glue underneath. Press firmly, then glue the other side. Repeat for the remaining inside side walls. For the exit only sign, place glue onto the original sign on the wall. Then grab the 2D add-on sign and place it on top evenly. Put aside for later. Let's repeat the same steps as we did for the other side wall. Touch up the outer inside edges with a black watercolor marker. Then simply glue evenly on top. Press firmly when connecting. Glue the other side. Once that's done, place hot glue onto the original parking entrance sign. Then place the 2D sign evenly on top. There we go. Moving forward, color the inside and outer edges of the back wall just like this. Next, open the 2 back doors. Use a pair of scissors to create a slit where each door opens. Then with a hobby knife and a ruler, carefully cut along the top of the door. Then gently score the part of the door where the hinges are with a hobby knife and ruler. Gently push the door inwards. Touch up any white areas. Then flip the back wall so the white side is facing up and place the back inside wall gently on top, lining up the bottoms evenly together. Then, lifting one side up while holding one side down, place some glue underneath and press down firmly. Grab the inner parts of the doors and place them on top of the back doors that are open. Secure together using hot glue. Next, grab the add-on garage doors, front and back. Flip one over and place it evenly on top of the other, then secure it with hot glue. I colored the inside outer edges with a black watercolor marker on both of them to make sure that no white areas are shown when glued together. Now gently place the garage door behind the wall, adjusting how open you want it to appear. Before securing it, flip it over to the other side to check the positioning. Use a small piece of Scotch tape to see if it looks right. Once you're happy with the placement, add glue to secure it together. For the roof, place the inner part evenly in the middle of the white side of the main roof, then secure it with hot glue. Afterwards, place hot glue onto the original roof vents. Place the 2D add-on ones evenly on top. Moving forward, grab the window material and place it over the 2 windows on the back. Using a black watercolor marker, trace a piece that slightly overlaps on all sides of the windows. Then with a good pair of scissors, cut it out. Repeat the process to create separate pieces for the other 2 windows. Be mindful of your cuts so you have enough window material for all the windows. Peel off the white backing on both sides of the material until it's see-through. Place it evenly over the windows and secure it with glue, making sure it's not visible from the front side. Next, grab the supporters and score along the white middle lines. Place a ruler on the thicker side for more control while scoring. Then fold the 2 tabs downwards to form a 90-degree angle. Touch up any white scored areas with a black watercolor marker. Repeat these steps for all supporters. Grab the 3 outer fences with the bottom triangles. Using a ruler for control, gently score white lines along the fence with a hobby knife. Cut this white line with the specific fence. Then place the triangles flat on a surface and carefully bend the fence down along the scored lines, slowly pushing it to a 90-degree angle, as shown in the video. Afterwards, you can bend down all the triangles, place a flat ruler against all of them, and slide your fingers across. or slide the fence back and forth with a gentle pressure. Then slowly and gently touch up the white seams with a black watercolor marker. Now it's time to gently curve the scored fences. You can use your fingers to slowly shape the curve or use a cup or water bottle to help guide it. After all three are bent, they should all have a nice curve and bend just like this. Want to repeat the same curve steps for the inside fences. Gently curve and shape with your hand or with a water bottle. Now, back to the outer fences. Flip them over to the white side using a black watercolor marker. Color the inside of the outer edge. Once that's done, place the inside matching fence onto the back side and line it up evenly. Hold one side down while lifting the other, then carefully apply the hot glue underneath to secure it. Then touch up any white areas with the black watercolor marker. And this is what it should look like once done. Put aside for later. Moving forward, grab the main base, making sure the road is facing the front. Line up the front wall evenly with the white line on the base. On the back side, gently place globs of hot glue and hold it upright until the glue is completely dried. Make sure not to place the globs of hot glue too close to the outer edges, as this could interfere with the glue tabs for the side walls. Now grab the left side wall and apply hot glue along the glue tab closest to the front wall. Then gently position it and secure it evenly with the front wall. Then place a small amount of hot glue on the inside parts of the wall to secure it to the base. Then secure the other side wall in the same way. Then afterwards apply hot glue along the outer glue tabs and attach the back wall one glue tab at a time. Afterwards, carefully color the white back side of the glue tabs attached to the back wall using a black watercolor marker. Then apply hot glue to the back wall where the pillar artwork is located. Evenly place a matching pillar on top, making sure not to glue it lower than its original position. Touch up any white areas and repeat these steps for the other three pillars. Moving forward, grab one of the small supporters and apply hot glue along the smaller tab. Gently and evenly place it along the gray section below the garage opening. Then attach the remaining supporters to the other side, the back, and the front, making sure all supporters are secured at the same exact height. I recommend practicing placing it in the correct position before applying glue to the tab. This will help you get a better feel for where it goes and ensure proper placement. Gently press down the top tab to make sure it's perfectly horizontal from the base. Do this to all four supporters. Make sure the back and the front supporters are evenly in between the two side supporters. Afterwards, it should look something like this. Then grab the second level base and place it carefully between the walls, lowering it gently and slowly. Once aligned, it should fit perfectly and pop right into place between the walls. When placing cars on the lower level, gently reach your hand through the lower garage opening and push up from the second level base to remove it for easier access. Now grab the three optional back wall signs. Choose the one you like best. Before you secure it to the back wall, touch up the outer white edges with a black watercolor marker. Then attach it using hot glue. This allows you to customize your parking garage with a fun sign. Then grab the two small parking P signs. Touch up the white outer edges with the corresponding watercolor marker and glue them onto the backs of each other. Then place it anywhere you'd like, using hot glue. Moving on to the next step, grab the ramp and gently curve the side without the glue tab downward. Once it's slightly curved, take the inside center fence the shortest fence, and curve it so the triangles point outwards. Use a black watercolor marker to color the innermost edges of the triangles. Then, carefully place the fence in the center of the ramp, while gently placing the triangles underneath the ramp. Make sure before securing that the straight end is positioned next to the side with a glue tab, and the slanted end is on the opposite side. Be sure to attach one triangle at a time. Place a small dab of hot glue underneath where the triangle will go. Using both hands, gently push the fence toward the ramp so it sits snugly against it. While holding the fence, press the triangle down onto the glue firmly. Work slowly, repeating this process for each triangle until all triangles on the fence are securely attached to the bottom of the ramp. Once the center fence is tightly secured, gently touch up any remaining white areas with a black watercolor marker. Collect the second fence, the one with a slanted end, curve it so the triangles face inward, and color the innermost edges of the triangles with a black marker. Make sure the slanted end of the fence lines up with the end of the ramp. Repeat the same steps to attach this fence, gluing one triangle at a time. Use your hand to hold the fence snugly against the ramp as you press each triangle onto the glue. After the second fence is fully attached, secure the other fence onto the ramp, making sure one end lines up right next to the fence we just secured. At the point where the two fences meet, place a small piece of artwork that looks like a sheet of metal over both fences, covering the seam on both sides. The bottom of the ramp should look like this once all the fences are secured. Afterward, color the outer edges underneath the ramp and the white side of the bottom ramp with a black marker. Evenly place the bottom ramp on top of the ramp white side. Hold one side downwards, lift the other side up and place glue underneath. Firmly press down and then glue the other side. Once the ramp is all finished, it should look something like this. Touch up any white areas if needed. Then gently bend down the part of the ramp that does not have a glue tab. This add-on base is totally optional. Place it evenly against the enter section of the main base. Now it's time to secure the ramp onto the building. Place a small amount of glue underneath the top black glue tab and attach to the inside of the second level of the building. Make sure the bumper lines up with the entrance. Then place glue onto the bottom end of the ramp and press down evenly to the main base. And there we go. The 1/64 scale parking garage model is a level 4 scale kit and will take approximately 2.5 hours to complete. Once this model is assembled, it's plenty rugged and will give any hobbyist many years of enjoyment for displaying on your Hot Wheels racetrack layout. You can get this model and many others on our website, innovativehobbysupply.com. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. If you guys have any further questions about the building kit that we just assembled today, make sure you check out our website at innovativehobbysupply.com.